Coming up on the Tuesday.
Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different. Once again, we are back with another video of Going Up Tuesdays. Now, I'm sorry last week I couldn't upload, as I said in a previous video, but like I said, now I'm gonna get back doing this regularly and bringing y'all more content and just new stuff all together. But today, I'm gonna be doing another request. Today, I was getting asked to do a Weeknd style Drake type beat. So basically, I decided to make kind of a moody, deep song where you can both sing and rap to. Now, by the way, there would be no drum kit for this one. Why? There's a big announcement that I want to announce. But basically, I made a new OVO kit that's coming out soon with me and Black Audio. So that's gonna come out soon. It's gonna be a sound of kit, OVO sounds, really dope kit, crazy. And also we have an OVO construction kit. And this is actually gonna be one of the beats that's gonna be in that construction kit. So basically, you'll get this beat, you get all the waves, all the MIDI, and also you get all the sounds that is in this video I'm about to show you. So that's gonna be coming up soon. If you're interested in that, be on the lookout, subscribe. And also, go to Top Producer Loops and get some kits. And also just be on the lookout for that because it's going to be releasing very soon. So I will be doing a video on that very soon. But anyway, let's get to the beat and I'll tell you how y'all can make a OVO style beat. Here's the beat right here. So there it is, pretty much just a simple little beat. It's nothing spectacular, very simple, but it has that both sound of where you can rap over and also sing if you want. So let's break down the beat and I'll give you an overview of what I did. First, I will start with this patch, a silent patch that I made that's gonna be in the OVO kit. But basically, I just made these chords. I think they're minor chords, nothing special. And they're just really simple. They're all black keys, really. I use pretty much predominantly black keys. So when I play it, just all black keys. And also I just took pretty much the top note and I brought it and I added like some bottom notes. So if my top note was a G, I brought it down. I just pretty much just made the bass line just go down one by one. So let's see, it goes right there. And this goes. It's nothing spectacular. Really, I just kind of played around. I started off with, the way I found these chords is I went one key at a time. So I went, with C, Then I added the next note. Nope. And then I added, just kept on going. And that's a good way to find chords. I can do it with anything, really. I can just pick a note. Let's just start with the G and I go. And then easy. That's an easy way to find chords. And you know, if you're not really a keyboardist, because a lot of us can't play the keyboard that good. I'm especially one of them. So you know, I have to figure out some cheats and some ways to get by that with me, my lack of keyboard skills. So that's one way to do it, note by note. So pretty much pick a note and just keep on going up until you hear the notes kind of mesh together. And that's how you know the notes are a chord. So that's just a little help. Next, I just use this guitar. I sampled it out in Contact, so you'll be able to get this guitar. It's a very clean sounding guitar. It's just a simple real Strat with some effects on it. So. And it's a nice clean sound. And I didn't really do nothing to it. Just added a guitar rig to it, you know, some reverb and some chords and some delay to it. And that's pretty much it. You get this cool, but you got to really have a good guitar plug-in like Real Strat, or I think some other ones out there. Because Slayer is not really a good one. FL Slayer is not good. FL Slayer 2 is pretty. The Slayer 2 made by ReFX is pretty good, but Slayer 1 is not. And I did a previous video using it, and it's not the best plugin. But I mean, you can work with it if you got some good amp modeling plugins like Guitar Rig by Native Instruments. Also Amplitude, that's a good one thing by IK Multimedia, and then the UAD plugins. They got a bunch of Softube makes a bunch of them. So just get you a good amp modeling subject, but you got to get you a nice, clean sounding guitar. You don't want a guitar that's already got effects on it. If you can't find one, then you can use guitars that already have effects on it. But anyway, basically I just made this kind of not really strumming motion, but just kind of your basic notes leading up to other, but they have some sustain to it. So I hold the notes out as I play. So it's that's all it is. Just basically holding notes out and keeping them all the way through when they go one by one, holding that sustainer. Just give it kind of that somewhat of a live feel. It's not the perfect live feel, but you know, in context of the beat, with both these parts playing together, you know, it gives it kind of a live feel. Pattern. So yeah, next I made another silent patch. This is also going to be in the OVO kit, but this is kind of like a Moog style bass, and I think that's actually what it's called in the actual silent pack. We'll keep my thing. And that's the actual silent pack. The OVO silent pack is coming out. So. So if you want that sound, I made a patch where it's right there at your fingertip. That's that old Drake, Party Next Door, Weeknd OVO sound bass line. You know, that sawtooth filtered sound. And you also can hear it has a little glide to it as well. So pretty much that's just a basic bass line, pretty much following the low notes. Going C, G sharp, F sharp, and I think it ends on E. Or no, it ends on D, D sharp. So it's all black notes pretty much. So I'm using a lot of black notes, because black notes, you can play black notes and they always sound good 9 out of 10 times together. So just remember that. Next, I layered some kicks. Usually I don't layer kicks, but I did. I got this kind of a low beefy kick mixed with this kind of other kick. Got a little highness to it. And then I bust them out. Actually set them to a drum bus, which I added the Midnight compressor, which is made by Focusrite. Great compressor. I love it because it sounds vintage sounding. Plus it has a wet dry knob or parallel compression knob. And I love parallel compression. Pretty much I squashed the hell out of it. I used a high threshold, high ratio, fast attack, auto release, and I gave it about 10 dB a gain. And all the way wet, it sounded like this. sound squash. So I brought it down to about 30% wet dry. And so this is without the compression. With compression. And to send stuff to a bus track is very easy. Pretty much you just make a bus track by, you know, renaming it, whatever bus. And then you click your sound, which would be my kick right here. And you go right down here to triangle on the bus. You just right click and go to route to this track. And do the same for that. And then there you go. Now you got them both coming out of one. Now if I play them both together, you see it's going right to the bus. And then also just kind of rolled out some of them lows, because I don't really need that really low information there. All right, moving along. The old famous Drake type snare. I think that's from, what is it? What's that song? Started from the bottom. And I just kind of rolled some of the lows off too. So there's nothing special going on there. Then I add this kind of a airy type of snare. But it had some weird conflicting frequencies. So what I did was cut some of the high end frequency and a lot of the low end frequency, because it has a lot of reverb in the sample. And I didn't like that reverb sound because it made it sound muddy. So when I cut out without the EQ, it sounded like this. So I just got all that crazy bounce and reverb, like it's in a toilet type stuff. Then when I add the EQ back on, it's a lot more focused. So that's really one thing to look for when you're messing with stuff with reverb. Cut the lows and the highs, because you let them build up and make stuff sound very muddy, and it just doesn't sound good. So that's one key note to look out for. Next, I don't care who hit me up right now. Yes, we're busy. Turn it on silent. Anyway, then I just went to my hi-hats. Just simple hi-hat. But if you look very closely, I actually have my hi-hats not quantized. Basically, I just put them in there like so. Let's right-click them out. And now, if they're all quantized, it's quantized where it's hitting on every beat. And what I did was, if you hold, I think it is Control. Nope, wrong button. If you hold Control A to select everything, then Control Alt and over, you shift it over slightly. See, it's shifting over slightly. And I just shifted over a little bit to where it's off centered. So it has a little kind of quantized bounce to it. That's a good way if you want to add some swing or some bounce to your tracks. You can do that. And then I randomized the volume. So, you know, Alt R. Then I randomized the volume. I didn't mess with the pan. Well, I did mess with the pan just a little bit, and I randomized the volume just slightly. And then on top of that, I went to here and I added a little EQ, and I just kind of cut all this unnecessary noise just to really focus it in and tighten the sound up. And that's one thing I like to do. If it don't have no low end information, I don't want it in the mix. I cut it out. That gives everything else more room to breathe. I mean, because it's somewhat sending a little bit of low information that you can't really hear, but I like to cut it all that way. I don't hear none coming from that instrument. That way, my kicks and drums and all that have more room to breathe, and it sits in the mix. And I pan it to the left a little bit, slightly. Cause I like my hi-hats to the left and my cymbals and stuff to the right. That's just me, personal preference. Next, I added my old famous, this same channel I always use. Wrong button. Simple little chant, and I added some delay to it. Cause without the delay, it just sounds like nothing, but with the delay, sounds really good to me. All right, then let's go to it. Scroll down. Added this kick right here, which is more of a filtered kick. And I just add that in there, like during the chorus, the breakdown go. You know, nothing spectacular. And I didn't do no real EQ to it. I think I did. Let's see. Yeah, just did a little bit of cutting out all that. Like I said, had a lot of high end frequency that I just didn't like. and I want it focused in. Same with the lows. So remember, if it got stuff you don't want, cut it out, and, you know, just experiment, really. Just play around with the high pass, low pass filters, because it can change the whole sound in a good or a bad way. You never know until you try. That's one thing I like to do. I always experiment. Next, go to this reverb snare, which is just beast. It's just a beast ass snare. And I didn't do nothing to it. I just left it as is because it just sounded good with the drum, especially with the drum. Let's see. You know, it just sounds good with that drum and gives that space. And then my old famous reactor bass that I created. And like I said, when the construction kit comes out, you will be able to get this sound sampled out. So you don't have to have a reactor, and you can have this sound to your own. So don't worry, it's a custom-made sound, but, you know, hey, it is what it is. But you definitely be able to get the sound. This is just a dirty type bass to go with the main bass line. Keep pressing the wrong button. Like I said, that's just a little bass line just to help out the main bass line breathe a little bit and feel stronger and more powerful, more in your face. And then also I added in the love filter right here to give it that simple filter effect to the master. And I always use the, what is it, triangle? I think it's right here, simple triangle pass LFO, and that just makes it go. It just kind of makes it go. It makes the low pass filter do like this, go back and forth, so it's sweeping the low pass filter, and it gives it that Drake sounding effect that, you know, everybody loves. So if I play it, let's play, make sure everything's on, unsolo everything. All right. It's very slight, but it's just slowly low passing and high passing it together. And it gives it that kind of that underwater feel. You know, definitely you do that auto-tune singing, you do that high pitch, you know, Weeknd singing part right there. But anyway, I hope this helped, you know, show you that it don't really take a lot to get that Weeknd Drake type style. It's really depending on where you're going for. If you're going for that more moody, deep, dark kind of singing, rapping type stuff, you want to keep it very simple. You know, use pads, use strings, use your drums, you know, use like very ambient sounding drums and hi-hats and snares. You know, reverb is your best friend, and filters are also your best friend. Like the filter effect really sells the effect when it comes to making these Drake Weeknd type beats. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm sorry I couldn't give y'all a free kit like this week. But like I said, I've been working on these 2 banks, and it's going to be some crazy content, and I will have more content coming out for y'all, so check out that. Also, check out my studio vlogs. I'm going to be doing them every day, like every day to every other day. I'm going to be dropping a studio vlog and giving y'all some good information and some good tips. And also, I'm going to be doing a free plugin update every so often, like once a week, just to give y'all some free plugins, because I know a lot of people ask me about different plugins that I use, and they want plugins like what I use, but you know they can't afford them. So hey, I found some free plugins that you can get that get you that good industry standard sound if you just don't have the cash right now to drop for these bigger plugins. But anyway, it's your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different, Mr. Not Motivated by the Money, but the like, comment, subscribe, and views. Hope y'all enjoy the video. Subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what y'all want me to do next. Next week I'll probably be doing a Meek Mills type beat because I already got the request. And I thank everybody who shouted me out and, you know, supporting. And also, you know, the guy who helped me out with this video, who asked for the Weeknd type beat. You know, I forgot I put your name on the board. You know, I gotta find you because a lot of comments be coming up. But do know I do listen to people's comments, and I always get back to my people and give back to my people. And like I said, once again, thank you for all your support. And you know what it is, it's Slim, aka Mr. Different, and MrDifferentTV. I will see y'all next time.
Coming up on the Tuesday.